Hey guys, someone asked me if functional medicine could help someone with Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune disease where your own thyroid is under attack. I recently worked with a patient suffering from multiple issues. Hashimoto's was one of them. I'd like for you to hear from her yourself.
Okay, I'm Lynette.
Tell me, why is it that you sought me out?
Well, because my health had been failing, um, my daughter had told me about you too. I didn't realize exactly what I needed, but once I talked to you, I did realize what was when you found out what was wrong with me. I think I realized the level of seriousness of what was going on with me.
So your symptoms would be what? Like fatigue?
Well, I had been having chronic pain for years. I had been on all the different pain pills, including narcotics, and I've been on them and was on disability, Social Security disability, because I'd gotten where I couldn't work. My pain in my back and my neck was so bad. So I was on disability, had to give up all the fun things that I used to do, including my husband and I used to play golf together, and I had the fatigue, and I also had severe constipation. I always had assumed that that was from the medication, but I don't believe that's all it was now. So it was rough.
Okay. So you had pain, you had fatigue. Did you have
Depression.
did you have gastrointestinal
Yes.
pain or
Every time I ate, I was bloated and had a lot of gas pain. Um, of course, the constipation was always a problem. So, yes, I had a lot of gastric problems,
okay.
and I did have depression for years too.
Okay.
So, it was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we initially spoke, we did a pretty in-depth health history.
Because I also told you about the fact that I had lived in a house that we rented that, unknown to us, was full of mold, toxic mold. So, yes, when I told you that, you went you went and did a test for that too. I think it very much concerned you. But I
Yes.
had also told you that in 2017, a doctor did some testing on me, in-depth testing for my thyroid because I have Hashimoto's disease and apparently hypothyroidism. But she also found I had a gene mutation. I'm assuming that's what you call it, was Merther's. So when I told you that as well, you were very concerned.
Yeah. So just for people that may not know what we're saying, so Merther's is a gene mutation, and one of the byproducts is that it's very difficult for you to detoxify. Pile
Okay.
that up on top of the fact that you had mold exposure for quite some time, and then you had Hashimoto's, which is actually an autoimmune disease, meaning that your own immune system attacks the thyroid gland. And that is a big deal. So, this was what we knew about you going in. As far as that was your health history, you had shared those things with me. And then we did a metabolic assessment form, which is a list of questions that kind of show me where things are going, what's going on in your physiology, whether it's your endocrine, your gastrointestinal system, your thyroid, blood sugar, things like that. From that, we decided to do some laboratory testing, some advanced testing. So we did look at mold. We looked at environmental toxins. We took a look at your stool. We did a comprehensive stool analysis. We looked at food sensitivities. And boy, oh boy, we found out that you not only had the mold exposure, the Hashimoto's, the gene mutation, but that you were struggling to get rid of the mold that you were exposed to. We found that you had food sensitivities. We found that you had gastrointestinal issues as well, some pathogenic bacteria and some bacterial dysbiosis, which basically means a disproportional amount of bad bacteria to good bacteria. And how much can a woman take?
Well, remember too, something I forgot to mention. I was a diet Dr. Pepper nut. I was drinking several every single day, and you also found that I had a buildup, I guess a toxic buildup, is that fair to say, of the aspartame.
Yes.
That was a problem too.
Yes, that's right. So we found that when we were checking for toxicity. So once we got the advanced testing back, we developed a strategy. And the
Mhm.
strategy, in essence, was we wanted to remove anything that was causing you uh, distress, like the diet drinks, sugary foods, things that turn to sugar. Oh, also, we found that you had the yeast overgrowth, which
Yes.
I didn't mention. So that was something so we went on a yeast-free diet, an anti-candida diet, and it was very restrictive, very
Yes, it
restrictive.
was.
But then we also needed to help you detoxify. So we formed a diet and then a supplement protocol that was designed to help you detoxify, like the glutathione and methyl B, some things that help you do that. And then slowly, we started to see some progress. Now, in your case, this is not usual, but we really had a significant health crisis along the
Yes.
way because you struggled to detoxify as fast as we were killing the mold exposure. And so it was very, very difficult. And I know that you struggled through that process, but I don't know, somehow you made it and you hung on. We got on the other side of that. And now you were telling me before we started this interview that you're walking, you're exercising, and basically, if you were going to say percentage wise how much better you are today than you were when you started, what would you say?
I'd say, I'd say 100%, really. I mean, I realize that I'm still, um, probably healing some from that episode just because I lost so much weight when I was sick. But other than that, I mean, my strength is back. I'm able to exercise, which is something that, I haven't been able to do for years. And Dr. Daly, all of my pain, I have um, degenerative disc disease. I actually had neck surgery several years ago. All of my pain, I was disabled. I was on Social Security disability. All of my pain after we got through this is gone, and I mean that literally. It's 100% gone. That's why I'm able to exercise and walk. I'm able to
Oh,
lift weights. Nothing hurts. I
yeah,
was not able to do anything as far as lifting anything with my back, but now I am. I mean,
yeah.
it's nothing short of a miracle. I mean, it's amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And but it's taken, great commitment on your part. You really did
Yes.
the heavy lifting. Now, if someone's listening to this that maybe is like you were, maybe they struggled for decades with health issues, with depression, with all of those things, would you recommend that they look into the functional medicine approach?
Oh, I sure would. Had I not come to you, I'm not sure now, knowing what I do know about where I was headed and what was probably in my future, knowing that I couldn't detoxify, I don't know how much longer I could have gone with all of this toxic stuff building up in my body. Yes, because no doctor has ever even tried. When the doctor found that I had the gene mutation, she didn't tell me anything about it. I didn't know anything that it was causing. And so regular Western medicine does not get to the root of your health problems like a functional doctor does. I mean, you literally have probably saved my life I probably, I mean, to be honest, may have died younger than need be. Now I'm going to be able to go and play golf with my husband. I'm going to be able to play with my grandchildren at a level that I wasn't able to do before.
Yes.
So yes, 100% I would see a functional doctor.
Well, that is wonderful. That makes me so happy. You know, the reward is seeing people's lives turned around, and you are a beautiful example. You really are. I'm so happy and thankful and really proud of you because you had determination like a pit bull. You weren't
Well, I
turned
have to
loose.
say, yes, I do have to say it was very hard to get through some of that, but because of your coaching and the way you cared and the way you kept me going, the constant being in touch with me, knowing that I had you to get me through it, it made it a little easier to do
Well,
that. You
yeah.
really helped me.
Well, I'm so thankful.
If
And
you
of
are
course,
struggling with a chronic condition and would like more information, feel free to visit www.birminghamfunctionalmedicine.com. You are also welcome to set up a phone or Zoom consultation with Dr. Daly at www.talktodrd.com.